Well, hi, Jackie. It's nice to see you today. And we are here for a purpose, everyone, because I'm here to introduce you to Jackie Trainer, the new Canadian trainer. You know how exciting that is for me because I go all over the world to teach, and Canada sometimes gets left behind. Now there's no more reason for that. We have a Canadian trainer living in Calgary that is willing to go anywhere in Canada. So we want to talk first about our new training that she's going to do in Calgary first. Makes sense to do it at home first. And usually this is the first one she's doing, and I'm going to be there. But the reason that she's only going to be doing a small class is we like to give our trainers at least a small class first so they don't feel overwhelmed. And also, the bonus is for you that you get very intimate training. So what do we got, Jackie? We've got a few people signed up, so we got room for about 6 more people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm now going to just introduce you and let you, from the point of view of Jackie, how she got here maybe a little bit first, and as a trainer, and also anything else she wants to tell you about herself before we start.
Well, thank you, Inez. It has been a very exciting and interesting journey becoming a Simpson Protocol trainer. I was honored and flattered last year to be Canada's first Simpson Protocol practitioner, and then to then move that forward to becoming a trainer. So I'm really excited about that. I love the Simpson Protocol. It is an advanced hypnosis protocol, but it's also a very holistic and actually a very simple way of getting to the root of the problem in a hurry and really releasing, forgiving, doing all the things that we need to do in all areas of our lives in order to raise the anchors of traumas and all those sorts of things and just move forward. So I'm really excited to be able to train now and to be able to work with other people and to see what happens for them and kind of where they're going to end up taking this journey that they're starting. So I am very excited.
And it is a very exciting journey when you start this process. Classes are usually, we only teach this in 4 days.
Yes.
Right? And it can be quite an intense process, meaning not in a negative way, in a way that so much changes for you in class already as you move forward into the new you.
Absolutely. That 4 days allows just a real synergy to come with the group. And for whatever reason, every time I've taken this training, and I've been there a few times now, the group of people that come together create their own magic. And there's a synergy there. And you leave after 4 days exhausted, obviously. But very secure. It's one of the few trainings that I've done where I actually feel like, okay, I can just do this. I can sit down with somebody and I can do this. So not only do you have the security of the knowledge that you've obtained, but you also have the security of a group of people who then become kind of like your family, and you can bounce ideas off of them and really feel the support from them as well as supporting them.
And, you know, we have made a real decision when we started SP, Simpson Protocol for short, when we started SP, was to have backup. Now, you can only take live training because it has to be done with practice and it's very experiential. Now, but we back you up. We get you on, there's a online stuff to help you out. There's all kinds of stuff that we have. Facebook pages where groups talk about everything and train each other and stuff. So there's a lot of backup included in the 4 days.
Yes. And I also really enjoy that camaraderie with fellow students and trainers. When we have something going on, everybody just kind of opens up their arms and offers. And that's nice. It's nice to be able to feel like somebody gets you and they're willing to offer to help in whatever way that they can. So if that's just support, if that's working in sessions, whatever that looks like. There's that matrix, and I really love that. That's great. The support has been amazing.
So tell us a little bit about the 4-day, what's included in the 4-day, so people have an idea of what they're going to be learning, etc.
Well, because I'm just starting, I've got everything on paper here, so you'll have to forgive me when I'm looking down a little bit. The Simpson Protocol is a tool that allows the client's conscious mind to relax and step aside so that their superconscious mind can kind of take over and do the work that needs to be done. Now, I always refer to the Simpson Protocol when I'm working with clients as you-to-you therapy. And we know that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. And we know that we have to choose in order to do the work and to heal and move forward from those things that we're wanting to work on. The superconscious mind is that part of us that connects. It lives in the subconscious, but it's that part of us that just connects to everything. So that universal energy. So all those energies and all of those things that we don't even know to access, our higher mind knows, and it can access it. And it allows, in that way, that holistic approach to being able to move forward from whatever it is that's holding you back.
So I always say that the only thing I need from either people taking the course or even clients is an openness to possibility.
Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Yes.
And that's the simplest way to put it, because what do we need to be open to? We don't really know. Everybody's got something different. We all have different ways.
Yes. And sometimes we consciously feel like this is the problem. This is the issue. But when we allow, and when we choose to allow our higher mind, which is that greatest part of ourselves, to come forward for us, we realize that maybe, through the course of healing and through the course of sessions, we realize that maybe the conscious mind is only restricted to one thing, where there's all these other things that just sort of play into it. So in that way, of course, being holistic, but definitely yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think from my point of view that is the difference between Simpson Protocol and most other things. There's a few things that are headed in the same direction, is that we allow the mind to do all the work for them. We don't know anything, and that it can go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice because with the Simpson Protocol, of course, the hypnotist is able to just communicate with that higher mind.
Yeah.
Through ideomotor response, thereby enabling the client to relax, to get curious about what's going on and
so
what's going to
happen. What would you say to the people coming to the class of what would be the easiest thing for them? Why is it so easy to do this?
Oh, there's many things that make this easy to do, but I think the most important thing, the key thing is that it takes my judgment. When I'm working with somebody, it takes my judgment and it takes the guesswork out of making a suggestion that might not fit the client, or making or coming up with an idea that the client may not resonate with. It takes my judgment and all of my stuff out of the equation. So for those people who are coming to the class, it's about getting really curious about, how do I take that judgment out, and how do I still, obviously you're the hypnotist and you're still in control of the session per se, but how do I take myself out of the equation and do that? That's the curiosity.
And for me, that allows me to be considered being, I always say lazy, but equating with easy, right? Equating with easy. Because for me, the moment that I don't have to think about what I need to get them to do, because I don't need to do that, it makes it easy. I don't have to do a thing. And I love that.
Yeah, and it's also great too, because one of the key things about that is that working with the higher mind, taking judgment out of it, the client doesn't need to tell me what's going on. They don't need to relive stuff. They don't have to go through all their issues and what's miring them down. And sometimes those are minor little things, and sometimes those are really huge things. Being able to learn how to utilize the Simpson Protocol and to use it with clients enables the client to really be at ease with themselves and to build trust with themselves.
And
Because
what
we have our little tips and tricks that we use, that we teach, so that clients can get in trust with themselves as well.
yeah,
They don't just necessarily need to trust me, they need to be in trust with themselves.
yes. And I think the benefit is that when they leave and after a first session, they can take themselves into hypnosis at any time.
Yes, yeah. So during those breaks, but when clients aren't seeing you, they're able to go put themselves into their own self-hypnosis and do work on the things that are consistently coming up for them, which is great, because sometimes that self-hypnosis too will push them to come back for the bigger issues that are coming up. And in that way, then the client, we all want to be in charge. We all want to be, we all want to have that control. And self-hypnosis allows the client to have enough control to be able to work on their own issues in the interim, but also to know when it's time to come and see somebody who can help them and guide them to getting to the deeper issues as well.
And I think the other thing that hits me now about what's so important about it is that when we are working with clients, it's constantly empowering the client. And when they're doing their own work, it does empower them and it makes them stronger.
Yes. I don't think I've ever had a first-time client that's come back from a session, come back to the room from a session without some sort of wow moment or aha moment, or just their demeanor has changed or the expression on their face has changed. There are those profound shifts. And I mean, most of us think about profound shifts as, oh my God, everything is, I've gone from 0 to 100. But a profound shift for somebody who's been struggling for a long time can mean the difference between moving from an 8 to a 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're allowed to experience whatever they choose, and they're allowed to choose to experience the best of everything, or just in smaller increments, whatever kind of suits them.
So Jackie, we have a little ebook, and you've got it available for anybody who wants to do it, and they can contact you to get that ebook.
Yes.
And it doesn't tell you how to do it, but it tells you the philosophy of it and why we got that and all that kind of stuff. It's a very interesting little book. And so you can give that out at your pleasure, right?
Yes.
And the more you give out, the better, because it's just fine for them to understand that where hypnosis can go today.
Yes. Yeah, really, the sky's the limit. Simpson Protocol has moved even since I started as a student, and I've only been a student of the Simpson Protocol, and I call myself a student of the Simpson Protocol because it's ever evolving. But I've only been a student of the Simpson Protocol now for just over 2 years, a little bit longer than that. And in that time, it's gone from what I learned at the beginning to it just blows up.
Yeah.
It really is. It is a very versatile protocol in that once you have the basic, then you can start to move in any direction that you choose and really kind of niche down if you want, or really open things up for yourself and take on different things that are more of interest to you that maybe you were kind of not sure about in the past. So yeah, it's been awesome. And the booklet, when I first started, I got this booklet, and it was great, and it just fed my need to actually go and take the class more. I read that and I was like, oh, I have to learn this protocol. It was more of a calling for me than anything. I really need to learn this. So it does go into great detail, but enough detail that it allows for that curiosity, which I think is key.
And just to tell you too that Simpson Protocol is constantly evolving, and you, the students, are evolving it. And for me, that's interesting, and that happens all the time. We just helping in all the time, just differences. But what I was going to say was that Simpson Pro, I don't want you to think of it. It's a protocol, but it's not think of as an a technique. I use this hammer for this. I use this for that. We have some kind of tool here that
Yeah.
we use for everything.
Yeah, it is well suited for anything. Anything that comes across your doorstep as a hypnotherapist. This protocol is suitable for and can be very much tailored for. And you find when you start getting really comfortable with it that you do tailor it to your clients.
Yes. And
So,
the other interesting thing is, I mean, I've had clients in the class that have been hypnotists for 25 or 30 years. And you think they got to know everything that there is, and they're very comfortable what they're doing. And now the ones that have become certified or are doing it all the time say that life has become easy because they don't have to take on, well, the judgment of what do I have to do for this. And they've taken on way bigger issues than they would have in the past.
yeah. Yeah, I think the best artists are the students of their craft. And so in learning the Simpson Protocol, it's a tool to add to your toolbox. I mean, obviously there are other great methods of hypnosis that have tremendous results. This one for me tailors to everything. And
Yeah.
it does. It allows you the courage, if you will, to move forward, to say, oh, I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to do this and see what happens. The worst that can happen is you get a yes or you get a no. So, I mean, really, it's the gravy, because it's yes or no. Yes or no. And if it's a no, then you start getting curious about how you get around to getting to that yes. So, yes and no questions are amazing things. And yeah.
Well, I think it's really exciting. So I'm going to be with you in Calgary, and I won't be with you in Regina when you do that. And I'm
Right.
sorry to say that because, but I'll be headed out yonder somewhere. And I would love to be a fly on the wall to see how this is growing and how wonderful it works. Every trainer we've ever started and launched has done well. And it's because, they care about it. They love it. And when you believe in it, you become very good at giving other people how to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm very excited to have you come to Calgary. And as I think that the students, they're getting a bonus. I'm very comfortable with what I do as a practitioner in SP, and I'm very excited to share those things with the students that come. But I'm also very excited to introduce them to you, because you bring another synergy to the class as well. So the students that are coming to the Calgary class are really getting a bonus. They're getting a huge bonus.
Well, thank you. I think that's it's probably more about their expectation of somebody who's done it for a lot of years. But I can tell for the just under 3 years you've been doing this, you've gone a long ways. So I'm quite, I'm only being there for fun. So it's not like I have to be there. And I maybe once in a while you'll invite me back sometime.
Oh, I think it could happen. Yeah, I think we can make that arrangement.
But every now and then, too, like yesterday, I did visit the French class in Paris over Zoom. So it doesn't mean that I have to physically be there all the time if somebody wants to.
Yeah.
For a few
It's the
minutes.
magic of social media. You can be anywhere in the world, and you can just sort of swoop in and say hi and add to the class too. So,
is there anything you want to say to these people, these hypnotists, before we end this video?
You know what? I think that the most I'll say is that as hypnotists, we're artists. I always call what I do an art, and the best artists are always learning more and more about their craft. So, in saying that, give yourself the opportunity to experience what if. Simpson Protocol is going to give you some aha moments. It's going to open your eyes, and it's going to maybe change the way that you look at how you are presenting yourself to your clients now. It may also open up opportunities for you to really crack open that toolbox, because there's all sorts of opportunities. There's all sorts of things that you can do and places that you can go with this. It's a very unlimiting protocol. So the most I could say right now is give yourself the opportunity. If you're curious, if you're thinking about this, get on it. I already have a couple people signed up and registered for the class in Calgary. Registration for the Regina class will be opening here end of this week. Spaces are limited, and I would love to spend some time with you to see what synergy you're going to bring to the group, because I always love what other people bring when they come.
Yeah. Each class is different. So come and enjoy and make this class yours.
Absolutely. Make it what you need it to be for you. And I trust me when I say that when you do that, when you put that intention out there, the people that join you in that class will be there to support you in whatever it is that you are seeking in that class.
Well, thanks, Jackie, and thanks for watching, everybody, and hopefully see you in Calgary, because it may be the only time I get to physically see you. But otherwise, you know, I'm always around. Jackie can't get rid of me. I'm around somewhere.
I wouldn't want to get rid of you.
No. Anyway, thanks, everybody. And we'll say goodbye for now.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.